Every crowning at Miss World is the start of a new chapter. A chapter that signals the focus shift from pageant to global outreach programme focusing on the world's most disadvantaged communities. For the last 46 years, the job of helping people has been the company's main focus, and Miss World has done so much. From delivering aid in times of crisis, to the inception of outreach programmes such as providing fresh drinking water in Haiti, leprosy projects, Operation Hunger Support in Africa, drives for cleft palate surgeries in South America. In fact, the global reach of these programmes is staggering. This is the story that's never been told. The story of what happens when the gowns and tiaras disappear and the sleeves get rolled up in preparation for Miss World's Beauty with a Purpose.
We are here today in support of your Miss World, Manushi and her Beauty with a Purpose project on feminine hygiene.
The program MNC Faduli gives hearing aids or they donate prosthetic legs, kind of our own Beauty with a Purpose.
The production quality is absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like it.
It's a very emotional moment.
The mission statement of Beauty with a Purpose is helping disadvantaged children worldwide. And the team's next destination takes them to the other side of the globe in a desperate attempt to do just that.
The British Virgin Islands look like they've been hit by the blast wave of a bomb. On the biggest island of Tortola, houses have been ripped apart and contents scattered for miles. An over 20-foot wave surge crushed boats, beaching them amongst the rubble.
Well, while Florida braces itself for the impact of Hurricane Irma, parts of the Caribbean have already felt the wrath of this superstorm, including the British Virgin Islands.
In 2017, Hurricane Irma tore through the Caribbean, and in the British Virgin Islands, 36,000 people had their lives and homes ripped apart by this Category 5 storm, which saw sustained wind speeds in excess of 160 miles per hour. The sheer devastation of the storm not only left tens of thousands homeless, but its bewildering force destroyed nearly all infrastructure, shutting down tourism on the island. The Miss World Beauty with a Purpose delegation is flying into the island chain as they fulfill their promise to support Miss World BVI and rebuild the island's only special needs school. They're met by Miss BVI 2016, Kalia Turnbull, and Miss BVI 2017, Helena Hewlett, who briefs them on the situation and their itinerary.
Within the first 2 months of Hurricane Irma, at least 5,000 people left the British Virgin Islands, and that was only within the first 2 months.
Is the British Virgin Islands, is this the main island, or are there so many kind of...
There's 60 island keys and islets, and right now we're on the main island of Tortola. I mean, Hurricane Irma really displaced a lot of things, but it didn't take away the fun that you still could have in the British Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
I do believe we're heading to the welcome reception right now, and then you guys will meet our governor. He actually was the governor in the heat of the moment. He was in here fresh for Hurricane Irma.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was his first experience as governor. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody to the British Virgin Islands. It's fantastic to have you here from Miss World to the British Virgin Islands. We're grateful, we hugely appreciate it. Enjoy your stay and spread the message that the BVI is open for tourism and open for support, and help us make a difference, as I know you are as well. But please, keep them through.
Thank you.
So the BVI project is the Eslin Henley Roche Learning Center, and that is our local special needs school. And basically in the hurricane, the school was completely demolished, and now the kids have nowhere to study for themselves. You know, right now they are at the Alfred Catholic Primary School, which they can't stay there forever. So we're trying to rebuild back the school as soon as possible, so they can have somewhere for themselves, and they're children, so they need someone to do it for them. So that's what we're here to do.
Because Beauty with a Purpose is our theme, and that's what we work for. We hope that it will bring some more attention in the right way to British Virgin Islands, so that we get the tourists back as soon as possible, because that's the key.
We're really interested in also education. That's a very key point for most of us. I think that if you could see the work young people are doing all over the world, it would really give you such a high respect. We don't often hear the good news, and the good news is that their young boys and girls are really keen to make a difference in this world.
A number of things just to say. First off, a huge heartfelt thank you for what you're doing around the world, but also specifically here in the British Virgin Islands. You will see around you a community that's been battered, if we're honest. We've had almost every single school was destroyed or damaged. Over 80% of houses got damaged. Our hospital stood, which is just down the road, but that became the seat of government, so sort of everything was hit. And so a priority for us as we've been rebuilding is to get children back into school. It's an absolute priority that we keep children focused. And so what you're doing, I'm hugely grateful for. It'll make a big difference to the children in the school, and I look forward to hearing of your progress over the next few days.
Thank you.
The team gets straight down to work and begin by hosting a fundraising gala in order to facilitate the rebuild of this vital school.
There's three components we need for our project here in the British Virgin Islands to be a success. The first is money, and that's why we're here tonight at the fundraiser for the Elsley Henry Richet Learning Centre. The second thing is politicians. We need to get politicians on board. And the third thing we need is the media. Hopefully with all of the Miss World Continental winners here and the Miss Worlds, we can get all of the media talking, we can get people really to get involved with this project.
It's a fantastic turnout, and the event is graced by the Prime Minister of the British Virgin Islands, Dr. Orlando Smith. The plan for the evening is to get all of the VIP movers and shakers to loosen their purse strings and commit to this fabulous cause.
I honestly don't know which was more challenging for this week, either learning the pronunciation of the word philanthropy, or watching YouTube videos on how to tie a tie. Honestly, I think it's definitely our social responsibilities to get involved with many things that is affecting us because it's simply right.
To get the ball rolling, Beauty with a Purpose founder Julia Morley shows her generosity and sets the standard for the night.
12,000 from the Miss World organization.
And the big checks just keep rolling in.
10,000 from Digicel, 25,000 from Cable Wireless, 10,000 from Flow and Climbing.
It was an incredible night, and as a result of our efforts, we have managed to raise over $58,000 to get the school rebuild underway.
Thank you so much, and if you don't mind, I would like to invite you to stand and join me as we all put our hands together to Julia Morley, Manushi, and the entire Miss World organization for supporting the Elsley Henry Richet Learning Centre and our rebuilding strides here in the Virgin Islands.
This morning we're making a site visit to the Althea Scatliff Primary School, who offered refuge to the special needs children when their school was destroyed. The problem for these displaced children is that this school is temporary, and therefore it has a limited space, and so the lack of resources and cramped classrooms means it's not really suitable for their special needs.
This is one class, this is another class, so we have two classes in this room.
The facility is already overcrowded with its regular students, and in addition to that, while integration is a must, eventually you have some of the students who are really not prepared for it. And then there are some who really cannot handle this setting right now. So it is very important for them to be in a setting that caters directly to their specific needs.
As we assess this crisis and come up with a workable solution, it's the children's needs that are in the forefront of our minds. So this morning we're spending time with them in order to better understand their exact needs.
Tell us a little bit about what we're doing here.
We're abstract painting right now. I think whether the children are just expressing themselves in whatever means.
So right now I'm with Tiffany, and he is helping me spray paint every single area of this white canvas so that we create a base for everyone else to continue painting.
You know, I like the whole notion of beauty with a purpose. And I've looked at the girls, and right now their hands are in the paint doing what the kids like to do.
So we're trying to paint the BVI, trying to capture the beauty of this island.
And you can see right now they're also interacting with the students. So it tells me that they are basically down to earth.
With the Beauty with a Purpose team, the fundraising never stops. And this interactive painting session has given them the fantastic idea of auctioning off the children's pictures to raise yet more money for the school.
Even though we want all of them to be auctioned, we just want one with the signature of Miss World so that we can have display in our new school. And whenever we look at that picture, we'll be able to say, yes, she was here.
So what kind of timescale are we looking at before the children can get their own facility?
If it was left up to me, it would be tomorrow, but that is not possible. So we're looking at maybe 6 to 8 months from now, actually.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye to friendly people everywhere. God bless you all and keep you in His loving care. Bye.
With a thorough understanding of the children's needs, it's time to head off to the derelict school and roll up our sleeves to join a team of volunteers in the cleanup mission.
Where we are walking to is the original location of the Eslin Henley Racial Learning Center. It was devastated in the hurricane, and so we had to move them to the space you saw before at the Altes Catholic Primary School. So within that building, we have several schools that were merged in that one structure.
We're walking to the space where the old school used to be. Actually, we've just got here, and as you can see, it was severely devastated.
This is the school you saw, completely demolished by the hurricanes. And of course we have Gary from All Hands on Heart. When they heard Miss World was trying to get the project up and running, they called in and they said, we want to be a part of it. And so Gary's here. Gary, you're going to provide some labour for us once we get everything on the way.
Absolutely. Our objective is to provide labour to reduce the total cost of the build, so that we can get this place built and back in service as fast as possible.
I mean, this project is actually a Miss World project that was started by Sasha Wins, Miss World 2015, and we are still working really hard to support this school.
Okay guys, today we're going to get this area clear, we're going to get it out to the dumpster, that will enable us to do the rest of the work and get the kids back into school. Thank you guys so much. First things first, safety. You're going to put your hats on, you're going to wear gloves, and we'll all be safe. Hats on guys! You've probably done more glamorous work. This is not about glamour, this is about clearing up muck.
We got to spend some wonderful time with the kids. Their happy faces and all the joy that they were to just spending time with us, and then coming here and seeing the destruction. You really see the importance of this facility and why they need their space. It's been a fantastic day, from painting with the kids, coming back to the school and actually being able to help with the cleanup. It's been amazing.
The Eslin Henley Roche School is the only one of many in the island chain which is in dire need of help and support. Valaday School on the neighbouring island of Virgin Gorda has also come to our attention, and today we're lucky enough to be escorted there by a true jewel of the Caribbean, someone that we first met at our fundraising gala.
I know cash is better than check, so they check bounce what cash is doing. So $2,000 from my glass bottom toe and my neck and nature toe to help get the school. The first school we're going to is called Valaday School. I branded as Forgotten Child. I used to work with them before Hurricane Irma, help buying anything that can help the teachers or the students get their work done. But after Hurricane Irma, I realized they needed a bit more help. So instead of adopting a student or a classroom, I just went ahead and adopted a whole school.
Gumption is taking the Miss World delegation to his adopted school to demonstrate what can be achieved with limited resources and to bring to the children some Miss World love.
Like I call the school the Unforgotten Child. It's on Virgin Gorda, but a lot of people doesn't really know it's there. The taxi guy, he had no idea where it really was. That's to show you how forgotten this school is, but I haven't forgotten. I got involved in the school, saying I'm going to change these people's lives. What's happening slowly, they're changing mind.
Here, this is India. And I hope that one day you fly all the way here to India to see me. Will you?
You know why you will fly to India? Because one of you are going to be the Miss World BVI one day. And you're going to do it with a purpose.
Gumption's commitment to these children is admirable, and these bright little faces show their gratitude in the most emotional way.
We love you, Gumption. Oh, yes, we do. You take good care of us, and that is true. What we are saying is, thank you. Oh, Gumption, we love you. Yeah.
I love you guys. Yeah, I love you guys too. Shades.
To show you how much Julia Morley cares, from that visit, she contributed $5,000 to the school from her own pocket.
I'm so impressed with that school. Albeit it's got very little, it's got the heart of the teachers and the spirit of the children is amazing. And we felt we'd like to make a contribution to the school, and we'd like you to ask the teachers or the head teacher what they need.
and we could make available to you at the moment. I haven't got loads of funds, but we'd like to make $5,000 available for you to have your headmistress there tell us what kind of things she needs. And if you can do any more, we will, but that would be a start.
That would definitely be a start.
So congratulations, it's a beautiful school with a big heart.
It doesn't matter about agenda in terms of making an impact or a difference or doing something good for somebody. As long as it's going to change a life, she's going to do it.
With motivation in their hearts and passion in their soul, the team move on, visiting multiple schools in the island chain.
Miss World is not just about the glitz and the glamour, it's also about helping people in our community all over the world.
They even find time to take in some of the island's outstanding natural beauty, visit conservation projects, and to become acquainted with some of the island's long-term residents. The overriding message the team want to give the world is that the British Virgin Islands are open for business, and that the way to help is to bring tourist dollars back to the islands.
BVI has been one of the most special places that I've been to.
Awesome.
And thank you so much for showing us the way you guys live. Because it's amazing.
The pleasure is ours. Honestly, you are changing the world.
With the school rebuild firmly underway, our humanitarians take to the skies as we move stateside to our next project in Des Moines, Iowa, where they're joining hands with the Variety International Children's Foundation to take part in their annual fundraising telethon.
Good evening and welcome to the 44th Annual Variety the Children's Charity Telethon.
This wonderful charity, established in 1927, focuses on helping disadvantaged and disabled children worldwide.
There is nothing better than the memories we have of being a kid, learning about the world and experiencing the joy of being playful and carefree. The chance to have these opportunities should be the right of all children, and at Variety, the children's charity, we strive to make this a reality, helping kids be kids. Variety has been helping children who are sick, disadvantaged, or have special needs to overcome whatever obstacles they face and to live life to the fullest.
This telethon has become a tradition, and for the last 28 years the Miss Worlds have played their part, aiming to raise as much money as possible for the children of Iowa. Today, the show's producer and Variety board member Stan Reynolds gives Manushi the rundown on what to expect.
Now, you also have to remember, on your first one, Jim's going to be, he's a presence. He's a big wrestler, NFL guy. Did you meet him, the big guy, Jim Duggan?
He's very sweet.
He's very sweet, but you haven't seen Jim in his persona. So he's going to be like, Manushi, how are you doing?
Oh, hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan here with Miss World. What a job I've got. I tell you, we're at the Variety Telethon. It's my 18th year, Miss World's first year, I believe.
Yes, and Jim, we're going to do this.
Oh, I like that voice. I tell you, kid. I tell you, it's a great time. It's a great charity. And it's like one big happy family. So this ho's for you. Ho!
In fact, Miss World has done so much for the charity that in 2016 they awarded CEO Julia Morley the internationally recognised Humanitarian Award, and by doing so placed her amongst Sir Winston Churchill, Buzz Aldrin and Audrey Hepburn as a recipient of the award.
Variety has inspired me, my husband, my children, and with Beauty with a Purpose and Variety International, we go from strength to strength alongside each other.
It's so wonderful to be back, seeing everybody, and especially since this is all just for such a great cause, helping all the kids of Iowa in so many different ways.
This is one of our vans that we give away. We give away between 12 and 20 vans a year. This is from YESS, which is a shelter for kids under 18 that don't have homes.
One of Variety's many care programs is the gifting of bicycles to disabled children. And today we join Brandon, a 12-year-old boy who was born with cerebral palsy, for the handover of his life-changing new bike.
Brandon's the one who's going to be receiving the bike today. I think he's ready, and it's just his. I just want you to know, this isn't anyone else's bike. This is just Brandon's.
But what the bike is going to enable Brandon to do is to go out and ride with your brothers and sisters, Brandon. Yeah. Okay.
There he goes.
Let's give a nice round of applause for Brandon.
So this bike program really does change the lives of these disadvantaged children and their families.
We put a kid with cerebral palsy on one of these bikes 2 years ago, and now he's running because he developed muscles that he never had before. So you want to talk about take that out of your chest?
Last year, the telethon raised $3.5 million for the children of Iowa. So this year, the team are going to have to pull out all the stops to beat that target.
Thank you, folks. Again, the high beam folks are working the phones hard, as you can see.
The telethon's been going on for 5 hours now. We're ready to go back and have a few hours sleep before we come back for the next 10.5 hours tomorrow. Stephanie's doing the last of her interviews, and we've raised $510,000 so far. Let's see how well we can do tomorrow.
We didn't even make a dent on that $3.5 million target. I can't imagine how we're going to get there. We are really going to have to bring our A game to the show tomorrow. With that huge target in mind, the second day of the telethon gets off to a great start. And that check takes our total up to $1.2 million.
The people of Iowa dug deep into their pockets, and there were so many calls from the public, quickly taking our total close to the $2 million mark.
We're 2.626 right now, 2,600,000. We don't have goals, but I think we're going to get to a very, very good number this year that a lot of kids are going to be real happy with.
Big ear-to-ear grin. The young guy was flying all around here. Lucky he didn't run somebody over.
Yes, million. That's $88,657.
As the telethon draws to a close, the big checks come rolling in.
This check makes a huge, huge difference to the grand total because it's $550,000. That contribution from Variety's biggest sponsor has just taken our total to $3,757,820, completely obliterating our target. What a fantastic result.
And ladies, you must be so pleased. Just you being here, the amount of money that's been raised tonight.
I know it's an incredible amount of money that stays right here in Iowa for all the kids who need it. It's amazing.
And it's actually fun doing your job, Annie.
It is. I second that.
Come over here to reach out to the remotest areas possible in the Amazon because it's important to spread the word amongst these communities who do not have access to that much of information. It's a really crowded place, but it has 20% of the leprosy cases in Brazil. We're here to support APAE, which is an association that works with kids with Down syndrome. They have so much potential, but they need more areas of learning. It would be wonderful if the government would extend their support to build another floor so that there's more space.
E bom, vamos encaminhar como maior atenção.